Welcome students, Chapter 2 ICC 10th Standard Physics, Production of Electricity from Solar Energy. The Sun is most vast and direct source of energy. The energy obtained from Sun is called the solar energy. Now, the device which converts solar energy directly into electric energy is called solar cell. On the other hand, a solar heating device is also used to generate electricity from the solar energy. This is called solar power plant. The advantages of solar panel. The advantages of solar panel is like they do not require any maintenance. They last over a long period of time. Their running cost is almost zero. They are almost suitable for the remote, inaccessible and isolated places where electric power lines cannot be laid. They do not cause any pollution in the environment. Disadvantages is their initial cost is sufficiently high. The efficiency of conversion of solar energy to electric energy is low. The solar panel produces electricity which cannot be directly used for many household purposes. Why? We will see. See, we have a image from an internet. See, here we have solar panels, and the energy which is received from the sun is converted into an energy here, and which is again controlled by a charge controller. And here why we cannot directly use this, because this energy has to be stored in the battery and it has to go into the inverters which converts this DC into AC. Then only we can use this. That's why there is a third point or a disadvantage which says that a solar panel produces DC electricity which cannot be directly used for many household purposes, because solar panel is producing DC voltage, but we need AC voltage. For that we need inverters which convert this DC voltage to AC voltage. That's why they cannot be directly used. We need a charger and as well as a battery and as well as an inverter which converts it. Solar power plant. A solar power plant is a device in which heat energy of the sun is used to generate electricity. The sun rays, after reflection from a large concave reflectors, get concentrated at its focus. The rays have sufficient heat energy which can boil water if it is placed at the focus of the reflector. This principle is used in a solar power plant. A solar power plant consists of a number of concave reflectors at the focus of which there are black painted water pipes. The reflectors concentrated the heat energy of the sun rays on the pipes, due to which the water inside the pipe start boiling and the steam produce steam. The steam thus produced is used to rotate a steam turbine which drives a generator producing electricity. Such a solar power plant of capacity 50 kW has been installed at Gurgaon in Haryana. Next, production of electricity from wind energy. The sun rays falling on earth heat the different areas of earth unequally due to unequal heating of different areas of earth, rotation of earth and location conventional currents. We have different wind cycles. We have been using energy possessed by wind from the very early days, particularly in removing husks from grains, in propelling sailboats in rivers and seas, in moving vehicles from transportation and windmills to draw water from the ground and to grind grains. Nowadays wind energy is used in a wind generator to produce electricity by making use of windmills to drive a wind generator. The advantage of using wind energy is it does not cause any kind of pollution. It is an everlasting renewable source. And the limitation is like the wind farms can be established only at places near the coastal areas where wind blows around the year steadily with a speed not less than 50 km per hour. 15 km per hour. Second limitation is a large area of land is needed for the establishment of wind farm. And third one is the establishment of wind farm is expensive. Production of electricity from water. The kinetic energy possessed by the flowing water is called the water energy or hydro energy. This energy also comes indirectly from the sun, which is responsible for the water cycle in the nature. So now what happens in hydro? The advantages of hydro energy is it does not produce any environmental pollution. It is a renewable source of energy. The dam constructed over rivers helps us in irrigation and control floods in rivers. The limitation of using hydro energy is the flowing water is not available everywhere. Due to the construction of dams over the rivers, plants and animals at that places get destroyed or killed. And third was the ecological balance in the downstream areas of the river gets disturbed. Next, production of electricity by nuclear energy. We have read that electricity can be produced by nuclear energy released in the controlled chain reaction of the nuclear reactor. Okay, so now that is nuclear fission. Okay, by using uranium-235 or plutonium-239 in a setup called nuclear power plant. So in nuclear power plant, we have a nuclear reactor where it produces the nuclear energy. The advantages of nuclear energy is a very small amount of nuclear fuel can produce a tremendous amount of energy. Once the nuclear fuel is loaded into a nuclear power plant, it continues to release energy over a long period of time. The limitations of this nuclear energy is it is not a clean source of energy because very harmful nuclear radiations are produced in the process which are highly energetic and penetrating. These radiations cause ionization and are very harmful to human body. So a high standard of protection is needed for the person working with the power plant. The waste obtained from the nuclear power plant causes the environmental pollution. Now, conservation of energy and energy degradation. We talk about law of conservation of energy. According to the law of conservation of energy, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only be converted from one form of energy to another form of energy. The sum of various kinds of energies in the universe remain constant, where there is transformation of energy from one form to another. The total energy always remains the same. Conservation of mechanical energy. So, the total mechanical energy of a system at any instant is equal to sum of kinetic energy and the potential energy. According to the law of conservation of mechanical energy, whenever there is an interchange between the potential energy and the kinetic energy, the total mechanical energy, that is the sum of kinetic energy and the potential energy, is a constant. That is K plus U is equal to constant where there are no frictional forces. We will see energy degradation. According to the law of conservation of energy, the total energy of the universe will remain constant. When energy is required from certain purpose, we transform energy from given form to the desired form. While transformation of energy from one form to another, the entire energy does not change into desired form, but a part of it either changes to some other undesirable form, usually heat due to friction or lost due to radiation which is not useful. This conversion of energy to undesirable form is called the energy degradation or dissipation of energy. Since this part of energy is not available to use for any productive purpose, so we call this as a degraded form of energy. With more and more use of energy, the degraded form of energy will gradually increase, while the energy available for production purpose will gradually decrease. The gradual decrease of useful energy due to radiation loss, friction, is called degradation of energy. Example, when we light a bulb using electricity, less than 25% of the electric energy converts into light energy. The remaining part of the electric energy changes into heat in the filament and the other invisible radiations. This energy is ultimately imparted to the atmosphere in the form of vibrational kinetic energy of the air molecules. This energy in the form is not useful to us. And when electrical appliances are run by electricity, the major part of the electric energy is wasted in the form of heat energy. All machines have efficiency less than 1, which implies that only a fraction of input energy is used for doing useful work and rest of the input energy is wasted. From the above examples, we can conclude that all the process of transfer of available form of energy to the useful form, a good fraction of energy changes to the non-productive